From another part of the data discussion becomes, and you brought this up, metadata. So retouchers, designers, creatives, basically anybody who's not an analyst isn't really a big fan of entering metadata, right? So I know I never was, but metadata does become a sticking point. Have you seen AI either on the DAM side, on the standalone tool side? How have you seen AI make an impact on the workflows, the work that you've had your hands on?
Yeah, sure. I would say just the quick down and dirty AI, just looking at an image and telling you what's in there, has been helpful. If you have a picture of a field of flowers with a blue sky and a windmill in the background, it's going to pick out all those things. It might add in other things that aren't in the picture, but at least you'll have those things, right? So that's huge. I mean, keywording is a kind of a pain. It's a pain point anyway. So where you run into problems is if you have product specific stuff, it's not going to tell you the size of anything. It's not going to tell you like actual attributes of the product that you're selling. Um, but it will give you at least an overall, the overall color of the image. What is actually happening in it? Like it'll give you that, which has been great because it's keywording is kind of, yeah, again, that's a pain point.
Right, right. So I think it's a lot easier for AI to do, essential keywording, obvious stuff, right? The obvious things. And I think many dams at this point have kind of have that kind of baked in or caked into their entire process. But it gets back to data again, where if you wanted product centric information, and we've seen in the industry that some PIMs or CMS systems are now trying to do that, but that does go back to an entire setup or deliberate setup of integrating business product data with the AI so they can make it more intelligent. Is that something that the company you're working at, is that something that they've realized, recognized? Do they understand that?
I don't think
And
I don't. That's a full understanding. I mean,
sure.
we're trying to. So we're standing up a dam now, and we're looking into just APIs into our PIM and trying to figure out what that one-to-one ratio, what that one-to-one character is that we're going to call out product data to that asset. So we're just in that stage now.
It comes down to the ultimate importance of data relative to AI. When AI was first kind of proposed or brought up professionally in your career, when you've heard the term AI being proposed, has it been with any kind of focused kind of delivery in term or intent of being stood up and implemented, or has it been kind of like broad passes of this is going to solve X, Y, and Z, and it's going to be great?
Yeah, it's been broad. It's been super broad. I would say, um, yeah. Within my professional career, it's just always been super broad until the last 2 years, probably, where it's actually, it's now we're starting to gain traction on some things, especially in the post production world,
So I imagine at
photography.
this point, with all of your skills, all of your past experiences, you've helped kind of bring all this into like a finer focus so that you can identify these things that are being missed or need more attention, where you could I point the AI at more specifically in order to give you more value.
Yes, yeah, I would say that's the case.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, yeah,
So what do you think, if you could, what if you can identify your single greatest pain point in your current kind of production or workflow process? So your imaging process, thinking about your imaging workflow process, what do you think is like the greatest pain point? AI aside, but like what is the day to day, the greatest pain point in terms of process?
quality control. I would say quality control is a big one. Like, just making on a few things. I was going to talk about the future, but a little bit. But I would say the biggest pain point is quality control because you need a person that if you're entering metadata on an asset, you need to make sure that that's right, and you need to make sure there's enough information there, and also that there's not too much, right? Like somebody could write a book in keywords, and then you're pulling up. It doesn't make any sense. You're pulling up stuff you don't need to. Also, on the post production side, QA has always been a problem. I think it's always been a bottleneck. You have to wait for somebody to look at those assets to make sure that all the work was done. Um, sure, you could build in a lot of trust, and there's a lot of training there, sure. Um, but still, eyes on eyes on the final product is kind of necessary, I think.